say, Uncle? Say you won't make more missiles!
Everybody loves to be right, and hot damn, we're right on this channel a lot. And the reason why is not because we're particularly smart. We went to community college, after all, in a cornfield. No, we just are terminally online and are students of pattern recognition. And if you follow the right accounts and if you read the right articles, you can sort of pick up on the greater overall narrative, see what's going on, and can figure out that Trump's about to change the world. And he is. President Trump played the ultimate tactical Uno reverse card yesterday on Iran and closed the Strait of Hormuz for them. We predicted that this would change the world forever. And in fact, it has. The traffic in the Strait of Hormuz out of Iranian ports has now effectively been shut down to zero. Ship tracking also reports that over 121 empty oil tankers are on their way to the United States of America. President Trump has urged countries squeezed by Iranian disruption to sail on over to America and pick up oil.
To turn to American energy supplies instead. Well, it would appear perhaps they are obliging him. Huh. They are listening to Trump. The president told Fox, quote, China can send their ships to the U.S. China can send their...
Ladies and gentlemen, American energy dominance in action. You can see it happening in real time. President Trump surged naval destroyers through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, this isn't a blockade of the strait itself. It's a blockade of anybody doing deals with Iran. So it's preventing anybody from leaving Iranian ports to sell their oil. This is devastating, and it's already having a negative effect on the country that we want the very most to fail when it comes to this back and forth swap of resources. China gets 50% of their oil through the Strait of Hormuz. And China is a whore-moose for Iranian oil that they get at a subsidy. China funds their entire AI compute economy based on cheap pennies on the dollar Iranian oil and energy. It's dirty, ladies and gentlemen. And China is now being forced to turn their ships around. Oil tanker bound for China, forced to turn around due to the U.S. Naval Blockade. Oh, no. First time the U.S. blockade is working as ships are turning around. U.S. sanctioned, falsely flagged laden tanker reversed course just over an hour before the blockade. This is a sanctioned vessel. It was headed for China to go deliver sanctioned oil to China. Meanwhile, the Gulf of America looks like that. Ooh, doggy. The U.S. military has announced that they will not be allowing commercial ships to exit Iranian ports. The blockade will be enforced impartially against vessels of all nations entering or departing Iranian ports and coastal areas, including all Iranian ports on the Arabian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. CENTCOM forces will not impede freedom of navigation vessels from transiting the Strait of Hormuz to non-Iranian ports. Additional information will be provided to commercial mariners through the formal notice to start the blockade. Ooh, President Trump with the ultimate Uno reverse here once again. Declaring that it is America that will now be the global oil hegemony. The amount of ships headed our way is nuts right now. There's actually a good Uno reverse card. The reason that Iran has been playing games like this is they really think that they can control the strait. Well, if America can demonstrate that they can't even begin to engage in commerce, then who actually controls the strait? It cripples Iran. Iran, by the way, makes billions of dollars a day through that strait, and Iran is now crippled, begging to talk to the White House. Look at this. President Trump on talks with Iran. I can tell you that we've been called by the other side, and they'd like to make a deal. Very.
Round of talks planned with Iran, and if so, will you send Vice President J.D. Vance with?
Well, he's done a good job, but Steve and Jared, they've all done a very good job, and I can tell you that we've been called by the other side. They'd like to make a deal very badly, very badly.
So this now is having an effect on the Iranians who walked away from the bargaining table this weekend without really even sitting down. Iranian officials are now considering the U.S. proposal to end the war centered around giving up uranium enrichment. All Trump had to do was slap the U.S. Navy into the mouth of the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran is begging for mercy. One thing affected why Iran couldn't make a deal while the U.S. was in Islamabad. Vance called Trump 6 times. Iranians could not call their final decision maker back in Tehran due to security risks and would likely have had them return home to discuss any agreement in Pakistan, analysis told me. U.S. pushes for 20-year Iranian enrichment freeze as talks stall. The United States proposed 20-year freeze on uranium enrichment during talks, according to sources, mediators, Pakistan, Egypt, and Turkey. And now we know, as a matter of fact, that Iran has now asked for more negotiations this Thursday back in Pakistan. So this blockade actually worked. President Trump saying, no, you don't control the strait. We control the strait. This is what actual power looks like. And the results have been just astonishing. Iran stunned that Trump really did it. He's blockading the entire strait. He's playing hardball. The countries did not participate in helping open the Strait of Hormuz operation, Epic Fury. We've heard a lot of comments from European officials. Donald Trump actually did it. You can see the effects right here. 2 tankers turned back from the Strait of Hormuz after U.S. blockade begins. There you go. They mean it. So nothing coming out of an Iranian port. Get a load of this. Now oil prices back down below $100 a barrel. Biggest reversal on the day. The markets actually love it. Saudi Arabia is planning on, has already reopened their east-west pipeline to completely get around the Strait of Hormuz. Nobody's going to want to deal with an Iran that's willing to mine or blow up ships because they're lashing out because they don't have a navy or an air force or any type of capacity to control their own borders. You're remaking the entire global economy in real time. And President Trump is doing it from a position of power. Closing the Strait of Hormuz ourselves is what power looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, that's wild to see. It's going to be amazing to see how quickly they actually come to the table because of this tactic and beg for mercy. I think that's actually what's going to happen next. The new peace talks start again. It's already working. New peace talks start again on Thursday. Very interesting because they had to go back to Iran and go to their final decision maker. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it seems the gambit, ladies and gentlemen, the Trump card is paying off. Benny, like, share, and subscribe.